Hello, I'm Svitek, 360 Creative Coach, and this episode is geared towards filmmakers, and specifically indie filmmakers ready for the film festival circuit. A lot of times when you submit, the festivals will want to know what your status is. What they mean by that is it a world premiere? Is it a Northeast premiere? Is it an East Coast premiere, a West Coast, international, whatever, right? They have all these various definitions, that they list, and you essentially can kind of fall into it. Now, especially on the sort of indie level that we're talking about, not like, it's always funny to me, like the Indie Spirit Awards, you have these like really recognizable movies, directors, actors, and so forth, like winning these awards. And yes, they were like, quote unquote, done independently. But, when I talk about indie, I mean in the no budget, low budget, ultra low budget, kind of micro budget level, right? So if you're someone that considers yourself within that wheelhouse, that's who I'm talking to. And so when it comes to this status, one mistake I'll admit that I made was essentially being sort of over honest. And what I mean by that is like, all of a sudden we played one festival, so then it's like, okay, I got to let this festival know that my status changed from world premiere to now, Northeast premiere or whatever it may be. And in hindsight, yeah, I think that did cost me. And I was speaking with a friend who gave me a good perspective on all of this, which is, if the festival calls you and wants exclusivity, that's a legal term. World premiere is a marketing term. So just because, as he was saying to me, just because he played in Los Angeles, that was a local thing. It wasn't a world premiere. Until the festival actually is able to market to the world and whatever, no, you still maintained your world premiere status. Because he's talking about like at Cannes Film Festival, people come out from all over the world to attend that festival, right? And so, let's say, some random Albuquerque, right? Some random city. If we played in Albuquerque, and unless it was like actually advertised, to literally the world in that way, it's still just a local festival, and so forth, right? And so in that way, he's like, what he was essentially telling me of just, yeah, you've maintained your world premiere status. Now, I also want to say that the reason why I even thought about it was because I was noticing that there was various films that I had screened with or that I'm familiar with, and I saw them at other film festivals, and then, they would still have listed like world premiere. And until you actually say that it's a world premiere, it doesn't become, and yes, it's a little bit murky in that way, but all the same, until it is an actual world premiere, you've maintained that world premiere status, and essentially don't take yourself out of contention like I did, right? Now the good news is, there's still, for me, with the Bogota trip, my second feature film, there's still plenty of festivals that we are in contention for. So, but it's just with the earlier ones, I wish I could have done it a little bit differently. So learn from my mistakes and go do well. Right? Thank you. I appreciate you. I'll see you next time.